welcome back. Let's try to solve these challenges inside of our command injection task. Now, this is something that we do as a bonus. It has very little to do with the vulnerability itself. It's more like what you're going to do after you find the vulnerability. And we're not going to be doing all of these challenges on TryHackMe platform. However, we might do a few of them just to see whether we can solve them. So navigate to your command injection, which is task number 5. Make sure it's command injection practical. The requirements for this is that if you want, you can read through this and this part right here. And also you should have watched the previous video where we performed the command injection. Right now, let's use that command injection to solve these examples. Let's go with question number 1. It asks what strange text file is in the website root directory. Well, we already know how we can do this. To list all of the files in that directory, all we can do is type ls. So we can type something like test to finish off the first command, even though it's not necessary for this virtual machine. However, we just do it for practice, and then semicolon, and then we can type ls. This will list all the files in the current directory. And let's get to the question again. We're searching for a strange text file. Let's go back, and pretty much the only text file that we have right here is drpepper.txt. So let's copy that name and specify it right here as a first answer. Okay, it's correct answer. Awesome. Let's go to the second question. Now, it asks how many non-root and non-service, non-daemon users are there. Well, this might be a little bit tricky because for this, we can do something like this. So test, semicolon, and then we can cat @c and then passwd folder in order to see all of the users that the system has. Now, we are searching for non-root and non-service users. And if we take a look at this output that we get right here from the @c passwd folder, well, pretty much we don't have any personal user outside of all of the other users tied to a service, such as proxy, such as no login, such as network, and all of that. So the answer to this should be 0. Let's submit it. And that's also a correct answer. Awesome. The third question is the one that we already performed in the previous video, which is what user is this app running as? So we already did this in the previous video. We can type test, semicolon, and then who am I, and it will tell us the user that's currently running this web application. In our case, it's www-data. Let's copy that and submit it for the third answer. The fourth question is what is the user's shell set as? Now, this is something that you can also try searching inside of the @c passwd folder. Let me show you what I mean. Once you cat the @c passwd folder, it will give you this output, and all you want to do right here is try to find the www-data user. And if we go and scroll a little bit, it's right here. At the end of that user's line, we should be able to find a path that says /user/sbin/no-login. Let's give it a try. Let's copy that. This is the path that we get, and if I set it right here, let's see whether it's correct, and it indeed is correct. So all we had to do is cat the @c passwd folder, find the www-data user, and at the end of the line you will have the path that is the answer to the question of what is the user's shell set as. Okay, awesome. Now, the fifth question is what version of Ubuntu is running? And most of these questions are something that we can actually Google if we don't really know. So for example, let's say that we don't know what command can we use to discover the Ubuntu version. We can try something like this. How to check Ubuntu version. Press enter, and we can visit first or second link, it doesn't really matter. Let's go with this one, how to check your Ubuntu version. And ideally we want a command that is used to do that. So let's scroll a little bit down. And it says use the lsb release-a command to display the Ubuntu version. So let's give it a try. If we copy this command and we run it inside of our evil shell, so test semicolon, and then let's paste the command. Okay, so we do get the output. Here is the Ubuntu version. And which format are we looking at? We're looking at a number.number.number. So it's pretty much this, 18.04.4. Copy that, this is the Ubuntu version, and paste it right here. Awesome. Now, the last question is the trickiest, because it says print out the MOTD. What favorite beverage is shown? Pretty much 99% of you are going to take a look at this question and wonder what even is it asking, but I advise you to straight away go to hint. So the hint tells us 00-header. And this sounds like a file, perhaps, or something like that. So we can start off with that. We can try to locate a file that has this inside of the name. How can we do that? Well, we can use a locate command that most Linux systems support. So we can type test and then semicolon. And by the way, just so you don't get confused, you don't need to type test every time. You can type anything, so pretty much anything at all. You can type test 1, 2, 3. The word that you type before the semicolon is really not important in this case. So you can type pretty much anything and then semicolon, and then comes the important command. So we want to locate. And what are we locating? Once again, we're locating 00-header. Let's copy that name and let's paste it in our command. Click on submit and we get this output, which sounds like a path, which is under the /etc/update motd.d/00-header. So let's try to cat this, but let's make even more complex command. Let's type test semicolon. And then let's cd /etc/update-motd.d, and let's concat another command, which we can do by typing two of these signs right here. And then we can type cat 00-header. So here we're actually trying to execute three commands. The first command, which doesn't really matter what it is. In this example of this virtual machine, you don't even need to use it because it's specifically made to execute commands. But in real life, you will have a first command that should be normal web application usage. Then after that comes our command injection, where we execute our first command. And in this case, we concated another command. After we cd to this directory, we want to cat the content of this 00-header. Let's submit this. And this is the output that we get. So now let's go back to the question, what favorite beverage is shown? Let's go all the way down. And if we scroll, we're going to see something interesting right here that says Dr. Pepper makes the world taste better. We can copy this, go back to here and paste it right here. Oops, let's try like this. No, that doesn't appear to be the answer, so... we should just copy Dr. Pepper if I'm not mistaken, not the entire sentence, so let's go back. And let's paste Dr. Pepper. And here it is. That's the correct answer. So this was just a little bit of a bonus video where we covered these tasks right here using different commands. And in the next video, we're going to take a look at how we can run a reverse shell with the help of a command injection on our OWASP BWA virtual machine. See you in the next lecture.